welcome to Intuitive Tuesdays with Elizabeth Maria. That's me. So happy to be here. So today is February 13th, 2024. And let me adjust that. I love to have my Ganesh in the background. And let me tell you all about the music real quick before we get into the topic for today's discussion. So we are listening to the Self Healing Collective on YouTube. This is Love Yourself and Heal. This is at a 528 hertz healing frequency for self-love and overcoming the inner critic. Okay, and so those are two very important focuses for our spiritual evolution. Self-love for sure. And God, I know that my inner critic for so many years kept me in a state of procrastination and in a bondage, so to speak, right? Self-judgment. I was actually talking about that, or not talking. I was talking to myself about that when I was taking a walk earlier. So just beautiful. Oh, and about synchronicities really quick, because I talk a lot about signs and synchronicities. That's the way that Great Spirit sees fit to connect to me, and most people, it's just about aligning with the frequency of it or anything. Anyways, the number 27 has been following me for probably about a year now, and as I was sitting down, I went out to actually collect some rosemary for this not podcast. What is this, for this live? And I got back and I got ready and I sat down, and right when I punched the live thing, it was 27 seconds before going live. So hey, yay, I'm so glad you made it today. Awesome. I was just talking about my crazy 27 thing and how when I punched the live thing, I had 27 seconds left to get positioned. Okay, everything looked good. Okay. So I just think that's really cool. Okay, so anyways, let's get back to it. Today we're going to be talking about self-care, mind, body, spirit, and then moving into our collective energy healing session. Yay! And okay, so let me get focused. I'm going to do a little Tibetan bowl energy clearing. My mind is, and that's actually the first thing that I'm going to talk about. It's quiet in the mind, so let's do it together. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, Great Spirit, for allowing us to connect in this beautiful, harmonious, synchronistic way. Thank you. I'm actually have Sekhmet protection sound healing going in the other room, and so I will call on Sekhmet. She is one of the healing and protection goddesses that I work with, and definitely want her energy to be around while we are focusing on healing and self-love today. So again, before we get into the energy reading, I would like to talk about what it is that I do, to maintain, or, as an attempt, I guess, to maintain that mind, body, spirit balance, right? It's a very delicate balance. And, if you guys have been following me for a little bit, my journey has, been up and down and all around. And so, but through mind mastery and through personal development, I have learned that with the mind especially, that, don't go into the mind unless you have a map, right? like a specific reason, okay? Otherwise, it's not a place just to go in and muddle around, because it's logic focus. It's just gonna, and a lot of times just through our conditioning, there's, there might be a lot of limiting beliefs swimming around up there. And so when you go in without a map, that's when you can, get kind of pulled into maybe old cycles or fear and doubt or any of those types of energies that we're not interested in, right? And so for me, one of the self-care practices that I do to help me, be the master of my mind, instead of allowing instead of allowing the mind to master me, is my writing. Any type of, I believe, creative outlet, or also, physical dance is another thing that really gets me into a state of mindfulness, which is, of course, when you were in the present moment. And that's where we get to access all the good stuff, God energy, right? So, so for me, I focus on one of the things that helps me to stay structured is to have a regular writing, schedule and routine. And for the past year, or actually, I think it's been a couple years now, I've been part of a writing group that's actually based out in California. And, we meet like every other week. And so that gives me, some nice structure around my own personal creative writing. And for many, many, many years, I put my own writing on the back burner while I was a teacher, while I was raising my daughter. I still worked on it, but just in a, I guess, not the way that really fed my heart. And so, creating this kind of structured writing routine for me has been really wonderful for me and my mental, mental stimulation. And so that is the mind way that I self-care. And it's interesting to note that, and, just the way that we process things, I guess. But I can tell when I'm not like in a great space, because like the things that truly bring me joy, those are the ones where I'm like, I don't want to do it, or I get writer's block or whatever. I don't even know if I really ever get writer's block. I just kind of get like, maybe I get overwhelmed sometimes with it, but those are those are the times. And so, really, as far as mastering the brain instead of allowing the brain to be the master, in those moments when you don't want to do it, right? When you don't want to sit at your desk, when you don't want to take out your laptop and do the research or whatever, do it anyway, right? So you walk through that uncomfortableness, right? Which can help shift the patterns around, to make you the master of your mind. And so, so the two things for mind: only use a map when going in. That means go in for a specific reason. Other than that, I focus on my whole physical kind of frequency to help me, navigate, and my heart and my gut, right? But my mind, I look at it as a tool, right? And for me, it's my writing tool. So the next way that I practice self-care is body, right? And so there's a lot of, things I do. I'm pushing 50, and, I've done yoga on and off. I've never been like a big sporty. I was like skipping pee and like smoking in the bushes and shit. So, oh God. But I got really into yoga in my early 30s, and I love to walk and hike in nature. My dad was a big outside enthusiast, so I'm into all that. Anyways, but besides that, I'm very much aligned with holistic health, but also herbal health. And so I wanted to share with you guys today one of my herbal health regimens that I've been doing for probably about the past like 6 months now. And it's rosemary spritz for the hair, okay? And so this is, what it looks like right here. And I'm going to take the glasses off so they don't get all, spritzied. But And so when I started using this, I was talking to my daughter about, like, my hair thinning, and it looks like it's really big, but it's actually kind of thin, like underneath the curls. It's not like that thick. And I was seeing some like little places that were a little, getting thin and stuff. And so she was like, oh my God, rosemary hair stuff is like all the rage on TikTok now. So I was like, let me try this. And, I love rosemary. I need to get my complete guide to herbal right now. And I just love rosemary plants. I love the way that it smells. So I was immediately like, heck yeah, I'm down. Because I've tried a lot of, store-bought hair stuff. And I'm very hyperallergenic, one, and two, I'm down with DIY all natural. So let me get here to rosemary. Okay, we'll see what it says. I just wanted to pull up just like the nutrients and stuff, and then I'll tell you guys how to make it. It's pretty easy. Okay, so a hair rinse, right? So it says that it's good for dandruff. I don't have dandruff, but I just had a little bit of thinning, and I wanted it to be fuller. So rosemary is, let's see, a favorite herb, both medicinally and as a symbol for remembrance. Rosemary is a Mediterranean shrub that gradually spread north and was reputedly first grown in England. Well, that's wonderful, because the white side of me is all British, so maybe that's why I love rosemary so much. So here is what rosemary looks like if you are unfamiliar. Okay. And so rosemary is good for digestive remedy. It's an antiseptic. It's a diuretic. It's a restorative tonic for nervous system. Okay. All kinds of stuff. Arthritis, rheumatism. Rosemary is a go-to plant. And so how you make the infusion, it's really easy. You just pick some rosemary, right? And then you're going to infuse it. I think ideally you probably want to use a glass pot. I didn't have that, so whatever. And just an infusement is just you bring it to a boil, and then you lower it down to like low, and you just let it infuse for the last batch that I did. I did like probably about 2 cups of water, and probably about twice as much rosemary, and I let it infuse for about 2-3 hours. And then I just, you cool it, and then I just jar it, right? So, and I keep my jars of the rosemary in the refrigerator. And then I fill up my little spritz, and I spritz, and I swear that since I've been using this, guys, I have seen a difference in my hair. So this is this is my body self-care that I wanted to talk about today. And, just a reminder that plant-based health, I believe, is the way to go and the wave of the future. And then for spirit, I wanted to touch briefly on one of the spiritual channelers that I've been listening to. And, I will share with you guys. And if you're interested in checking him out, please do so. I listen to, and I can, put a link or whatever. But I've been listening to Bashir a lot. I believe the guy that channels him his name is like Daryl Anka or something like that. But he channels Bashir, which, very similar to Abraham Hicks or like Seth, right? And he has a wonderful theory that I wanted to share with you guys real quick before we get into the energy reading. But for my spiritual development, I listen to a lot of metaphysical teachers. I'm really into Neville Goddard. And I also listen to a lot of channelers, as well as, going into nature. I connect with a lot of the elementals and nature, and through meditation. I do a lot of movement meditation, so meditating through music, walking meditation, cooking meditation, eating meditation, but also some crisscross applesauce or laying in my bed and stuff like that. And I also listen to YouTube like all day, every day. So, Bashir again is someone I've been listening to lately that I wanted to turn you guys on to. The last week I've been listening to a lot. He has a Merkaba meditation that I recommend, and also he has it's called the holotrope or holoscope meditations that he does are just beautiful, just beautiful. So check those out. And then quickly I wanted to tell you guys, just to, because this is why I do this is to connect. I mean, I'm on my journey. I know, if you're tuning into this, you're definitely on your own spiritual journey. And so it's about connecting, sharing resources, information, right? Giving, when I was in the rooms, experience, strength, and hope. And that's what I always want to do, is just to give someone out there in the ethers, some hope that, like, one, hey, if this chick can do it, then I know I can, right? Or, or just, I just want to be the cheerleader. And so I heard about Bashir's rubber band theory a couple years ago, but I've been hearing about his theory a lot just in the last couple of weeks. And when things come to me, or I hear it like really more than twice, I know that that's a message, and so I just tune in a little bit clearer, right? And so the rubber band theory is that basically he says that we are in this world, we are experiencing duality, because really that's what we signed up for. I mean, Earth is like kind of a school where we are learning how to literally transmute dark energy, or we could talk about negative and positive polarities, right? And I kind of like that better, even though I still feel like negative. I was going to say negative polarity has a negative connotation, but but anyways, you guys kind of understand. So we were brought into this world, or we chose to be here to help transmute this whole collective energy from a more negatively oriented polarity to a positive oriented polarity, right? And so we're all like volunteers, and so in doing that, right, I mean, he, like, one of the channelings that I was listening to today, he was like, I mean, you guys are brave volunteers to go there, because the darkness, like, we haven't seen like that level of separation, that level of extreme polarity between dark and light, negative and positive, right? So the beings that are here currently, I mean, we are literally like transmuting, I mean, some dark ass shit, man. And I mean, all going back a millennia. So if you can think about this idea of like releasing what no longer serves and stuff like that, I mean, we're not only clearing out for our own personal energetic body, mind, spirit, but also the entire collective, right? And so that's like a lot of dark energy that we are that's moving through us, that we are processing, that we are integrating. I was thinking earlier about a satellite little like little sayings and stuff, but I was thinking, you know, about this it's not like I battled and struggled with my demons for so long until I remembered, because I believe it's all a remembering. I remembered that all they need is love, validation, and integration, right? And so that was one of the biggest ways that I have been able to help with transmuting this collective dark energy, right? And so what Bashir says is that the rubber band theory is like the further back into that darkness that you have gone, right? So just like think about a slingshot, right? So the further back that you have gone into, you know, I call it like going out into the wilds, being in that dark space, when you finally let go, right? Oh my gosh, the release is so beautiful. And that is like getting rocketed into the fifth dimension, right? And so that theory has really given me a lot of comfort, actually, because, you know, like everyone, we're on this journey together. And, you know, when I look at all of the darkness that has, you know, enveloped our collective consciousness for so long, it can get pretty freaking overwhelming, right? And so the rubber band theory really helps me to see, you know, how we are using or not using, but transmuting that darkness in such a beautiful and meaningful way. So that was really, you know, my spiritual lesson for this week. Check out Bashir. So self-care, today is February 13th. And, you know, for those of you that are, you know, into a couple Hallmark holidays, tomorrow is February 14th, Valentine's Day. So I know that this is a time of year when people are, you know, either they're like loving being single and single power and, you know, Valentine Friends Day kind of thing, or, you know, you might be energetically in a place where you're feeling lonely or whatever. You know, remember the rubber band theory, right? So when you let go of that low, and I don't want to say low, but when you let go of that more negative, polarizing view, you're just going to get rocketed. You're going to find that partner, you know, whatever it is, right? Because it's all just like different poles, right? So if you're thinking you're lonely and why can't I find someone, and that's one end of the stick. Let go of that kind of, you know, of that focus, and then you will propel yourself into the other side of that stick, right? So it's a really beautiful spiritual lesson for me. And yeah, and so that is what I do to, you know, work on balancing mind, body, and spirit on the daily. Okay, guys, so now I am going to go ahead and get into the energy reading for the day. I'm actually going to take a sip of, I have, this is a fun cup. Look, Crazy Cat Lady. I don't know if y'all can read it, but I just love tea, guys. I mean, I did a tea talk on TikTok last week, and I think I put it on YouTube too. But this week's tea is elderberry tea. It's really good. And you know, I have to freaking look up elderberry now and make sure that I know everything about it. I do know that it's for an immune booster. You know, it's really good for upper respiratory and stuff like that. So we'll just leave it at that because I don't want to go through that. Okay. Anyway, so let's get to the reading. Thank you, Great Spirit, for allowing me to be a vessel today. Thank you. I am so thankful to be able to connect to you, to be able to do this collective energy reading. This is a set point, guys, you know, so whenever you run across this message, it will be the right time for you to receive it if you are so wanting to, right? Tarot cards are a symbolic way to connect to that beautiful divine energy, that collective energy that we all embody. The way that I do my tarot is that the first card is going to be kind of the energy that we are moving through, have been moving through. The second card is where we're at. The third card is based on our energetic level in this now moment. Will offer possibilities of what we might see if we continue with our energy the way it is right now. It will also give us a possible some advice where we need to what we need to do in these moments that we find ourselves in this beautiful material reality. Let's see what's happening. Thank you, Great Spirit. I'm just like all over the place, but these are the cards right in the middle that I was supposed to pick. So there we go. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. You know, it's so funny because I have been getting the Two of Swords, and I believe that my spiritual business partner also got the Two of Swords. This is so funny because I shuffled these cards, and then I ended up picking from the middle, but these are the same cards that I've been getting for a while. So that means that, Great Spirit definitely has a message for us. Let's see. Let's read what we... Oh, hold on. Two of Swords. So there's definitely, again, a choice, right? And so this is, and this makes sense with... hold on, let me get there. Okay, so it's time to think. So the Two of Swords, and here we go. We see the woman, and she is, she's really kind of, sitting in front of a beautiful, looks like a lake or maybe, ocean or river or something. There's definitely a body of water here, right? This is associated, obviously, with the number 2. And this is all about, air element right here. So this is about thinking time, you see, but she's blindfolded, so she's just not 100% sure right now which way to go, how to move forward yet. And, a wonderful quote that I love that I use on the reg is, when in doubt, pause. And my glasses are freaking crooked because I stepped on them. Anyways, okay, that was my ego going, what the fuck? Anyways, Two of Swords. So a situation has reached a stalemate, so you can view this period as truce or rest before further negotiation, right? And so this is, you either dealing with a difficult person or some type of situation that that you are going to have to make a decision about, okay? But know and that there's always help from supportive friends and colleagues, and so, when in doubt, pause, gather other people's perspectives. Ultimately, you're going to do what feeds your heart. And that, is another message from Bashir, who I've been listening to this week, is follow your joy, follow your heart, right? And so you really already know the direction that you want to go in, but, you're just kind of pausing into it right now. Okay, so the next card that we have, oh, isn't this interesting? This is the Ten of Wands. Jackie, I swear that I shuffled, and I know Just because you're watching. I love it. I love it so much because this is so weird. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It just, means that we're in the same kind of energy. And, for those of you that are catching this later or whatever, I mean, this situation, again, with the Two of Swords can be, a lot of us are kind of at a crossroads right now. We've planted a lot of seeds, and some of them are coming up. Some of them maybe were not watered as well as others. So, and so a lot of us are in an energetic space of having to make some really tough decisions. Not tough, because, if you just go with your heart, then you just go with your joy. What makes you feel the best energetically, then it isn't tough. But for some reason, because of all of our conditioning and beliefs and, I don't know, people we think that we're obligated to, all that, it makes it financing. I mean, Lord freaking knows, it makes it all a little bit more difficult. Anyways, the second card that we have is the Ten of Wands. And so the Ten of Wands is about fire. It's about responsibilities and a burden. This is Saturn and Sagittarius. And so this is all about, trying to juggle too much, okay? I had a business coach about 3 years ago who I just love, Sandra Hill. She's in North Georgia. And she used to, every time we'd meet, she would be like, okay, make a pie, like a pie chart. Now, I want you to put it into fourths, and I want a fourth of that. And this really goes into this self-care, right? And I want to put a fourth of that me time, right? So that's my me time. And then, for those of us that love to give, that love to be of service, that love collaboration, that love, all of these wonderful ways to experience and interact with material world, right? It can be very easy to get overburdened, right? And the thing is that our society champions this type of momentum, even though, it can keep us in a state of anxiety, right? Or never feeling like you have enough time consciousness shortage, or time shortage consciousness, that kind of energy, right? And so this is a very common card for entrepreneurs, okay? And so, basically, this is about really, and this also goes into, the mind mastery, right? And so, I believe that creating a schedule with enough flexibility and flow. It took me years to learn this. I mean, it was actually a friend of mine. Like, I had scheduled a trip to Atlanta, and I wanted to see everyone, And so I scheduled dinner with one friend, and then a party with another, and then, going on a walk with another friend. But I only gave myself maybe 30 minutes in between. I mean, this was in my 30s. And so I was having dinner. With my friend, and I was so nervous about the time and, parking and everything, because we only had an hour, and then I got to get to my party, and she, stopped me and was like, Elizabeth, this makes me not even want to go out and eat with you. You need to learn how to schedule your time more effectively. You're overloading yourself, and I was like, Eureka. And I just love that. My friend Karen, God rest her soul, just a beautiful soul. And she was really the one that helped me to begin to look at what I named with my with my business coach, the busy bee, because she liked to like the different parts of our characters, and you can give them names. And then, in my mastery, like once a character attribute has a name, then you can begin to look at it as not really a part of you, but like an entity unto itself, right? And so that's when I started getting aware that busy bee, sometimes like busy bee can get shit done. You know what I mean? She's and of course, she's a part of me, so of course she freaking is awesome. But busy bee will literally like try to put 20 things on my to-do list. And so because I am the master of my mind, I am the one that can say, oh no, busy bee, don't try to get me all stressed out. I know what to do today, right? I'm gonna make sure I get my walk in. I'm gonna make sure that I do some breathing meditation in the morning. I'm gonna make sure that I only have 2 appointments today, not 5, okay, busy bee? And so we really have to learn how to put these character attributes that don't always serve us in their place. Give her a task, if you will, to make her happy, and know that she is needed, because just like I said at the beginning, we are integrating, we are transmuting and integrating these attributes, these parts of selves, right? And so we don't ever want to be mean to them or like yell, tell busy bee that she's a meddling ass bitch and needs to get on, because it's just going to make her fiercer and want to, control your life more. So you just got to love her, give her a nice task. Maybe you can organize the photos in my iPhone, while I'm at the coffee shop for an hour. Busy bee, that will keep you happy. Anyway, so you get the picture, take some of that shit off your plate. Okay, guys, the last card for today's reading. I just got a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful chill through my body for that one. And this is just so funny because I actually did a reading for me and Jackie's new podcast, Sex, Drugs, and Spirituality. And I got these exact same cards, and you guys know that. Y'all saw me shuffling, and Great Spirit wanted me to go into the middle of the deck and pull out these 3 cards, which were not right next to each other either. But the last card that we have is the Magician. And so this is the energy that we are moving into. And we'll also have a wonderful suggestion for us. This is an excellent energy to be moving into. The Magician is an action card. The Magician has mastery over all the elements. The Magician is the alchemist. Right? So this is all about creativity, action, and success. So the Magician says, and this is excellent. Okay. It's like, I'm not really sure exactly what to do. I've got some, ideas that I'm pondering around. I'm not really sure which way to go. Right? Or there's some people around me that I'm not really vibing with, but I don't know how to really walk away. Right? And then, this is kind of where we're at in this moment. Oh my God, I got a bunch of shit on my fucking plate. I need to delegate, I need to delegate and go take a walk and a nap. And then the Magician comes in and says, well, of course you can delegate. You're the Magician. You create everything. You are blessed with a magic wand. And you can transform anything that you choose, guys. This is beautiful. He directs us to use our creative skills for action. Okay? This is nice. If you're single, since this is February 13th, almost 14th, if you're single and want love, It is coming, right? The magician is just like what I was saying with the rubber band theory on love, like, because it's all frequency and it's all what we're focusing on. So if you're focusing on, oh, another Valentine's Day where I'm alone, then that's what you're going to see. That's what you're focusing on, right? But you can transmute that energy with the magician, right? So if you are in a relationship, the magician shows love in action. I always love, damn it. Hopefully that didn't. I always love the idea that love is an action word, a verb, right? And so love and action, communication between you is a time of reaching. Oh, hopefully this didn't. Okay, is it going? Sorry, I need to figure out how to do like the call-in thing. But this is a time of reaching new levels and depths of understanding, transmuting that relationship through your use of alchemy. Just know, right, that you are the magician. You make it happen. It's all, let me tell you, it's all an inside job. So if you don't like what you're seeing on the outside, all you gotta do is get centered and shift it on the inside. Great reading today, guys. We got all the tools that we need. I will Okay, guys, I really apologize for that. Okay, guys, I really apologize for that. Someone called in, and I've got to figure out if anyone knows, like, because I'm using my phone for these, and yeah, when someone calls in, it like seizes up and shit like that. So I guess I need to put it on silent. I'm not sure, but anyways, sorry about that. Let us finish up with a message from the angels. And so the angels today, and it's so funny because the first page that I flipped to was, guess what page? Oh, 27. Isn't that funny? I am like so stupid with my numbers. Not stupid, but I'm like, I get all Rain Man with these freaking numbers. They come to me like crazy. Earth and ground. So this is our angel message for the week. Earth and ground. Right, so you may be feeling a little bit discombobulated or all over the place at this time. Most likely because you are spreading yourself too thin. I can't make this shit up, right? And taking on too many projects at once. So your angel guide is encouraging you to get grounded. Okay, like I said, time to take a walk, take a nap, do some meditation. When you come back to earth, you will have a clearer insight into who you are and what you need to do to feel safer and more at ease in your life. You are being guided to take some time to breathe, dear souls. Remember, it's not a race. We just gotta breathe. Go somewhere in nature where you can just relax, like spread a freaking blanket out. Or if you're in the snow, just take a walk, right? I mean, God, I've literally walked through like almost blizzards before. I mean, not like too crazy, but the snow was definitely falling and it was so beautiful. I like to take walks in the rain too. Just get outside, right? Release and let go. Let go. What is it? Slow and low. That is the tempo. You just gotta let go, guys. And remember that rubber band theory, because once you let go, pow! Propelled into the fifth dimension. And so, this card is perfect in light of our reading. You may be uncertain about what you're supposed to be focusing on at this time, and that's because your energy is a little bit dispersed right now. But angels of the earth are with you, so you have to just call on your angels. I mean, they don't interfere unless you ask them, so just say, call on whatever angel. I mean, each one of the zodiacs has their own guardian angels, so you could start your exploration on angels that way. That's kind of fun, or just look it up. I always find my guides through signs and synchronicities, like if I'm learning about a certain thing and a certain angel pops up, then I'll explore them further, maybe try to connect through meditation, right? And so call on your angels. They're here. And you have, and know this, that you have important work to do and exciting experiences can only unfold, right? So the magician can only do her work when the energy is intact and contained, not too spread thin. So this is a perfect self-care message for the collective today. I am just filled with so much joy. Again, my name is Elizabeth Maria of Elizabeth Maria Unlimited. This is Intuitive Tuesdays, where I have a spiritual discussion and give an energy reading for the collective. If you want to learn more about me or my offerings, you can check out, I have links and websites and all that social media stuff. I'll put some links in the description. I am taking on one-on-one clients right now, so if you are interested in intuitive guidance, then please shoot me an email and let's see if we'd make a good fit. And you can also find me on Spotify every Saturday night for Sex, Drugs, and Spirituality, a podcast that I do with my wonderful co-host, Jackie Lyons, where we talk about transmuting and integrating the shadow side of our realities. So check that out Saturday night. And, contact me, guys. I'm here to connect, to enjoy, to experience, to guide, to love, just follow your bliss, follow your joy. Love yourself, guys. You deserve it, okay? And guess what? I will do the same. So I'll see you later. Great Intuitive Tuesdays today. Bye. Love and